This video is how to install and set up MetaMask for the first time. So we're going to come to metamask.io and then come and download the wallet, set it up with a seed phrase, and then make sure the settings are okay. So I'll leave the website metamask.io linked down in the description to make sure that you're going through to the right place. It should be a very popular app in the app store of the browser that you're using. So just make sure you're downloading the correct version. You can see here that it's auto detected that I have a Chrome browser. If you're using Brave, one of the other browsers, it's going to auto detect that and take you through to the app store that you're using. From here though, download for Chrome. So I'm going to click this. It's going to take me through to the Chrome store and then just simply install the extension for your browser. So add to Chrome, very simply here, add to Chrome here. And then once we've got that downloaded as an extension, it's going to pop up with the installation for us because we're setting up a blockchain wallet. There's a few things we need to make sure of and be aware of when setting that up so that we have it set up in the right way and as secure as possible. So from right here, it says, let's get started. So you want to agree to the terms. And then here you have a couple of options. Create a new wallet or import an existing wallet. If you have a wallet already, just go and import it here with the seed phrase that you have. However, we're creating a new wallet. So create a new wallet. And then that's going to take us through to actually setting the seed phrase up. So you can read this if you want. You can say, I agree or no thanks. I'm just going to say no thanks because it's sending data to Infura. And from here, it says create a new password. So this password is not your seed phrase. It's not the recovery for the wallet or anything like that. It's just a computer specific or app specific password. It's a secondary security measure just to be able to lock the wallet if you're not using your computer. You can change this and the wallet doesn't change. You can delete the wallet, reinstall it and recover it, and you'll set a new password. So this password is just an app lock. And if you forget it or anything, it doesn't matter if you still have your seed phrase. So create something here like an app lock password that you can use to actually open the app on your computer. Once you've chosen your app specific password, it's going to take us through to the recovery phrase or the seed phrase page. This is without a doubt the most important part of the process. So what MetaMask is doing is it's setting up a wallet on our device. This is known as a hot wallet because our wallet is on our computer. And that's fine. It's not inherently unsafe, but that's different to a hardware wallet or a cold wallet, which sets up the wallet on a separate device that's almost never connected to the internet. They're actually the exact same type of wallet. It's just one is on a specific hardware device. MetaMask is a hot wallet on your computer. So maybe there's a slightly increased risk of hacking or some sort of phishing attempt because the private key of your wallet, which is the private thing that allows spending from the wallet. So whoever owns that owns the wallet and owns the crypto in there. That private key is on your device. Now, how do you recover that if the private key gets destroyed or your computer blows up or you delete the app? Well, that's the recovery phrase. So the private key, which is the key that you need to spend coins from the wallet, that's linked to the seed phrase, which is unique to your wallet. So if you delete the app or it gets destroyed, just use this seed phrase in the app on another device. So as long as you have this seed phrase, you can reload the wallet and you can reload all the crypto in that wallet very, very easily. You just recover the wallet with this seed phrase. Now that's easy. However, anyone that has this seed phrase can recover the wallet and spend all of the coins. So if someone else gets the seed phrase, they essentially have all of your money. So you have to make sure that this seed phrase is somewhere safe. It doesn't get lost or destroyed or stolen because anyone that has these 12 words is going to have access to all of your money. So as you can see here, it's a 12-word phrase. And you should keep it somewhere safe. They recommend maybe a safe deposit box, a password manager. I wouldn't recommend that too much because they can get hacked as well. And if you just have 12 plain text words, it's pretty easy for a hacker to maybe understand what they are and go and steal the crypto. Now you can write this down on a piece of paper. There are also steel plates that you can buy, which let you etch in the seed phrase or have little tiles with the seed phrase letters down, which is a bit more robust than a piece of paper. Maybe a little bit overkill for a hot wallet like MetaMask, but if you're using a hardware wallet, it might be recommended. You can actually buy them together with the hardware wallet. I'll leave links to Ledger and Trezor, which are really the two main hardware wallets. Now you can use those hardware wallets with MetaMask as well, because you can just plug in the wallet and then use MetaMask as an app interface, but keep the assets on the hardware wallet. Too much for this video. I'll leave some other videos down below on how to go ahead and do that. But for right now, just to know that the 12 words you get here are the most important thing. Keep them safe, and you can reload your wallet with those 12 words. So as long as you have them, you're good. You don't need to worry about what the app is doing. So I'm gonna press secure my wallet, and then it's gonna give me these 12 words. So these 12 words have to be written down correctly and in the correct order. So I'm gonna reveal this secret phrase right here. I'll just block this out, but I'm going to make sure that this is written down in this order correctly. Once you've done that, you can go through and confirm your recovery phrase. It's just going to confirm that you've written down these words in the correct order, because if you haven't, then you can't recover the wallet in the future. After you've got the recovery phrase stored in the way that best suits you, it's just going to ask you to confirm that. You can see right here. So to make sure that you know which order these words are in. So these 3 words, input them, and then we can go through and confirm that, and that sets up the wallet for us. Once you've confirmed your seed phrase words, it's going to take you through to a page that says continue. You can press that. I just pressed advanced configuration or advanced settings there. So it takes us through to this before we actually get into the wallet. You can leave these on. These are just the blockchain explorers that we're using. So this is fine. Everything else you can leave on. Phishing detection, decode smart contracts. This is fine. It's just going to give you a better experience. If you want to turn on enhanced token detection, this essentially adds in tokens that may be in your wallet. MetaMask often doesn't add tokens automatically. So you may swap a token or send a token into your wallet and you can't see it. Well, with enhanced token detection, it can automatically do that and place the token in your wallet. However, it does potentially reveal your IP address, which you may not want. So that's up to the individual. Batch account balances as well, just leave on. It gives you an improved experience with the balances that you have in your wallets. Choosing your network right here, it defaults to Ethereum mainnet. If you want to use one of the layer 2s on Ethereum, Optimism, Arbitrum, Base, many others, you can add them in here, which I'll show you in a second. For now, I'm just going to leave this as the default for Ethereum mainnet. And as you can see here, show ENS domains, you can use that. So if you have an ENS domain, for example, me.eth or it's me.eth, or whatever your name is, .eth, you can have that as an NFT in your wallet, and it's going to display that in the address bar. You can also search for ENS domains in the address bar as well when sending assets. So you can put that on, no problem. And then show balances and token prices. I would leave these on as well. So this gets token prices and balances and everything from CoinGecko. Also, if you want to add tokens, it's going to very easily let you search for major tokens that are listed on these sites so that you know that it's the token that you want. So just leave on. So that's all good for me. I'm going to press done, and then it takes me into the wallet. So I'm just going to get through this. This is essentially the wallet setup. So MetaMask, you can see account 1 right here, and right underneath account 1, this is actually my wallet address. So this is the address of account 1. So the normal account that you get given. However, we can add many different accounts and many different wallet addresses. In fact, they're all already set up for us. They're just not visible. We can have many different addresses. For example, you may have a degen wallet, a wallet where you send funds for a specific chain or something else. You can have many of them in this same wallet. So these are accounts within your main wallet, and all of these accounts or public addresses are linked to your one private key, which is recoverable through your recovery phrase. And so we can have many different wallet addresses, but they're all linked to this same wallet. So this is Ethereum mainnet right here, and we can go and add a network. You can see the major networks that we can add. So let's add in Base. We can press approve here, and that will add in this network for us. So what we can do now is switch to Base mainnet, or if I just click out of this, up in the top left, Ethereum mainnet, we can then go to Base mainnet, and you can see that your account, the account address is exactly the same. So all of the networks that you use in MetaMask, they're different networks, which means that if you send coins to Ethereum, it's not on the Base network. They're actually separate networks However, they share the same address. So the same address, but across different Ethereum networks. If you want to add in a separate account, or at least reveal it because it's already been created, you can come up to the account one here and click this arrow down, and then it says add account or hardware wallet. Click this and it says add account here. So I'm going to click this, and this is account 2. This will be a different wallet address, but it's linked to the same seed phrase, and you can see it in your MetaMask wallet right here. So I can press account 2 and create. This actually just reveals it because it's created already. You should be able to see that the address is actually different now. So a completely separate address with completely separate balances, but it's linked to the same private key, which means that you can spend coins directly from the same application. Now, if you want to add a hardware wallet like a Ledger or a Trezor, come down to add account, add hardware wallet, and then you can go and just plug in your hardware wallet right here. You can also see these 2 accounts that I have that are set up. Now, what's important to know here is that if you do delete your app and recover it again, then the extra accounts won't automatically be added. So when you reload the wallet, it will say account 1, and then you know that you've got a second account. What you'll have to do is press add account and then add new account. What you're actually doing is just revealing the second account. So that should still be there if you've recovered the wallet and all of the assets. So you can add the accounts in again. What you're doing is just revealing the accounts that you had before. I'll leave some more in-depth video guides on MetaMask and setting up hardware wallets down in the description. I'm James, this is MazzyG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.